Bit on a vacation, and so we've had some other guest hosts on here that have done an amazing job, so I want to give them big recognition. Thank you so much for stepping in and helping me out throughout the month of December. And also a big shout out to our sponsors here who have allow us to do the show every single week. I want to give a big shout out to Juan Guevara and NowMedia, along with Nancy Mysek and Jonathan as well, who is running the cameras back there and running the show. So thank you so much for everything that you guys do. We certainly do appreciate it. And it's a lot of fun to come on here and do this show because we get to, give our members exposure, not only local, but national and international as well. So we have a lot of fun here. We have a great list of members that are going to be here on the show today talking about their business, their products, their services, and how they're able to help many people here in the local area and sometimes even nationally or internationally. But before we go into our guests, we want to do a little bit of BNI news as to what's going on, and I want to share some really amazing things, and probably the number one reason why I was a little absent in December, and that's because we were extremely busy in the month of December in the launch department for BNI. I'm talking about nationwide. We were having a lot of fun because we were able to help a lot of people stay in business, keep their doors open, and or introduce BNI for the first time to many new BNI members. And so just to give you guys an idea, in the month of December, the U.S. core regions, which we have 43 core regions, we launched in December 18 new chapters in the month of December. And that was 318 members that we added to the core regions. In November, the previous record was in November, 8 launches in November. And in December, we killed it by launching 18 chapters. So big congratulations to all the launch directors across the nation that helped make this happen and bring BNI to all new BNI members and helping BNI business owners. We actually did also add 16 new core groups that are launching across the nation. And so there is a tremendous amount of activity in the launch department. But more importantly, something that kind of took me away is that we had an event December 4th where we had what we call a Zoomathon, to where we had interest meetings all day long. And the purpose was to see if we can pull something off that has never been done around the world. And we were able to pull it off. And what we did is that we launched a chapter in one day. We started the day with 0 members for this new chapter in a small little town in up north Texas called Leander, Texas, with a population of about 66,000 people. And the residential realtor in that area that wanted to launch a new chapter, we gave them the task. It says we want to launch a chapter in one day. So we gave them the instructions on how to do so. And man, did he get to work, because he got so many people involved and motivated. And we launched that one chapter in one day, December 4th. So we also have launched chapters in 6 days, 2 weeks. And so we've done some amazing work in the launch department, and I could not be more proud to be part of an organization that brings this level of professionalism, support, education to all business individuals, business people, business owners, business development folks that are looking to take their business to the next level using a proven system that's been known to work for over 36 years now. We're talking about a system, structure, and education to help business individuals take their business to the next level. And so I wanted to share some of those news and the reason why I was a little absent in December, but BNI is doing some great things in the launch department and helping many people. So I wanted to share those news. And we're going to go into talk to our first guest today, which I'm really excited about, because he's actually one of the reasons why I was a little absent in December, because he is a brand new member from a brand new chapter that we launched here in the Houston West region and actually in the Galleria area. And I'm super excited to have him here, because when we, reached out to these folks, say, hey, we've got an opening to come onto the show. Let's talk about your business online and get you some exposure. And he was the first one that says, I'll do it. So there's nothing wrong with that, right? So I want to introduce a very good friend of mine. We actually haven't known each other very long, but we know that we are good friends already. Mr. Dana Oliva, welcome to the show, my friend.
Hey, thanks, Rick. Hey, I'm not even sure what I'm going to say.
That's okay. I want to welcome you to the show because I know that this is important. We started the show because we wanted to bring an added value to our members, right? We want to not only be able to provide them with a system, structure, and education that is proven to work, but we also wanted to bring them value to give them more exposure from their business products and services, right? So aside from welcoming you to the show, this is the time where you get to shine. This is where you get to give us your commercial. Tell us what it is that you do. Give us your company name, your products, and your services. And let's talk about your business so that we can get you some exposure. Now, if you're comfortable, that lens over there, that's where our viewers are. But just feel free. This is just you and I talking. So let's have a conversation. Tell me about your business.
Sure. I'm Dana Oliva with Alliance Insure Group. And what I do is I help individuals, their families, and small business owners get the health insurance that they need. We have a really, really great service. It's a telemedicine service, and it allows families to be able to go and see the doctor without seeing the doctor, sitting in an office full of sick people for an hour, sometimes two, because the doctor had to squeeze you in. Then you have to wait in the doctor's office. You have to drive there, and it's just a huge hassle. You can do it now with an app. It's pretty cool. And they can write prescriptions for you. They're available 24/7. They have 15 years of board certified experience, and they're a U.S. doctor. It's really great service.
Yeah. So I remember this is bringing me some memories back in the day when you had to go and sit for hours and hours and hours in a doctor's office and just wait. It doesn't matter how ill you were, you just had to wait.
Yep.
Now you're talking about this technology. Now we can do it, on the app, straight from the app. So that is pretty amazing. So one of the things I wanted to ask you in regards to health insurance, I mean, you talked about helping individuals and business owners and whatnot, but let's talk about individuals, because I think one of the biggest topics that has happened here this past year is that there were so many people that got laid off, right, or furloughed, and maybe they lost their benefits and whatnot, right? So how is your company able to help these folks that are maybe transitioned into an even more expensive program like a COBRA program? How can you help them transition from that to your plans?
Yeah, so COBRA is about 108% of the combined employee and employer contribution. So if you're paying like $200, you might get jumped up to $1,000, which is usually not very manageable, especially when you're on unemployment. So we can come in and we can help you design a package specific for you. Everything is customized, so there's no box that you need to fit into. We actually design it so we fit the box around you. And it's actually protection that we're selling, both financial and well-being.
Right.
Okay. And that's really what resonated with me when I started this business, that I wanted to be able to help people and touch people and affect them for their lives. I did it on a corporate level before. I put processes and procedures in place to help the business reduce their risk. Now I'm doing the same on a shrunken down level to the individual.
Yeah. So when you say helping folks from a financial standpoint, does that mean that you're able to customize a package around their budget? Because I imagine that budgets are a big thing now, right?
Budget is the number one concern with everyone. But sometimes it's not about the budget. It's about what happens when you go to use the insurance. A lot of the insurance out there, especially really, really budget-friendly ones, you end up paying a huge deductible or out-of-pocket. I'll give you a number, let's say $16,000 combined between those two before the insurance starts taking over. Not many people can scratch those checks, especially when you're unemployed. So I design all my packages so that there are multiple layers of protection for financial issues like that.
Yeah. So I imagine that, you being able to help so many people with, health insurance coverage, how does the deductible come into play nowadays? Because I know about insurance, but I don't know about insurance, if you know what I mean. My wife is the one that handles that part of it. So is it still the same to where if you get the higher deductible, the lower the monthly premiums?
Exactly. So it's a transference of a risk from the individual over to the insured, and the more you pay them, the more they protect you.
Right.
But there needs to be happy mediums that are found. So sometimes you need to go up a little bit on the budget, and then sometimes the expectation comes down a little bit on the insurance side. But every person is different in what they're comfortable with as far as paying that monthly fee, as far as being able to pay a deductible and an out-of-pocket. So.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about Alliance Insure Group. I mean, how long they've been around, and how long have you been in this business?
I've actually only been doing this for about 3 months now.
Okay.
And I've already touched a lot of people. Every time I talk to someone, I use it as an advantage to give me a knowledge transfer between myself and the individual. So even if they don't go with one of my plans, they'll at least know what to look for when they are shopping around.
Yeah.
So
And then Alliance Insure Group. Tell me about that business. How long have they been around?
I actually started.
Oh, is that that's yours?
I
Okay.
actually started the
Perfect.
business. It was a COVID-related layoff, actually, that prompted it.
Well, like a lot of businesses, came out of, because of a COVID-related layoff. But, the good thing here is that you're actually started a business because that layoff, but you're also doing something amazing, which is helping people, right?
I do it nationally, actually. I'm licensed in 29 different states.
That was my next question.
Yep. Oh, I beat you to it.
Yeah, there you go.
And, I basically, from just inside of California, sorry, Californians, all the way to the East Coast, I can pretty much help a lot of people.
You can write policies in 29 states, you said?
29 states.
Wow, that's pretty amazing.
It is.
And those 29 states, obviously, they keep you busy. You're pretty much writing in every single state?
Yes. As soon as I leave here, I'm going to be going and meeting people virtually on appointments. And what I do is I will present the plan to them over technology, so I don't have to go fly over here and go over there. So technology has actually helped out a lot with the industry, especially with the pandemic. So it was a forced thing, I think. We used to all go and deliver a pamphlet and go over the program, but now we can do it virtually, and we can do it across state lines. It's really great.
That's pretty amazing. And you're helping a lot of people, get the right coverage. So thank you so much for doing that, because one of the things I've always said is that who are we if we're not of service to others first, right?
Yes.
So are you going to make a little bit of money along the way? Sure, right? But the idea is to help people as much as possible, right? So thank you for sharing your business. But now we want to know about your chapter. I hear you have a brand new chapter that an amazing launch director helped you guys launch it.
Yeah, this guy, Rick, I know, he talked me into it, and it's actually been really great. One of the biggest things is being able to set up those relationships between the different organizations. And just the first week, I hadn't even been accepted yet, and people were already asking for help. And it's great that I'm able to instantly be able to be of value to my fellow members. So.
Yeah. So it wasn't so much that you had an amazing launch director that helped you launch a chapter. It was the fact that you showed up to an interest meeting, and within that interest meeting, you actually got some, contacts. You made, you started building relationships, and you got some contacts. You actually got people reaching out to you to know more about, health insurance, right?
Exactly. Yeah, and I can help out, the chapter members, individuals, their friends, family, and it's great being able to help everyone I talk to. Even if I don't sell them something, I'm still helping them because they're getting to learn more about it. And it's been like drinking through a fire hose almost all the time, actually.
Yeah.
And every state is different regulations, and there's a lot involved in insurance. It's not just, hey, here's a plan. Yeah. And it's cookie cutter.
Yeah. So you have to keep up with tons of regulations. You got your homework set out. Yeah. So I'm not jealous of you, and I don't. But it's great that you're doing you're helping people, and that's what's most important. So your BNI Alliance chapter, you guys meet what day of the week, and what time do you guys meet?
We meet on Wednesdays at
8:30, I think it is. Yeah.
And we usually start about 15, 20 minutes early.
Right.
And we basically converse and network.
Yeah, so it's open networking from about 8:10 to about 8:30 or something like that.
Yes.
You guys start your meeting, but you guys are currently right now, because the chapter is so new, you guys are still in training, right? So you got a
Yes.
few more. And you guys also have a Visitors Day coming up as soon as you have your grand opening after training, February 17th.
17th, you
Right.
got it.
So we're going to be sending out an invitation to the entire region for the BNI Alliance grand opening, February 17th. So keep an eye out for that. And so, Dana, one of the reasons why we do this show is to give exposure to all of our members, right? Their products, their services. So one of the ways that we do that is by allowing you to tell our viewers, how do we get a hold of you? How can our viewers, get a hold of you to talk about, health insurance so you can help them?
Okay, so you can go to our website. It's www.allianceinsuregroup.com. And then you can email me directly, dana.oliva@allianceinsuregroup.com. It's a long name, I understand.
Yeah, no worries. We have actually your website on the screen right now, and that's your address right there on Lake Crest River Drive in Katy. And there's the website right there. So, people can go and check out the website and contact you through there. So that's amazing. So I want to thank you so much for being on the show, and thank you for taking the initiative to show the rest of your chapter members that this can be done by just, reaching out and say, hey, I want to be on the show and I want to, get some local exposure. So thank you for doing that. We certainly do appreciate it. And I'm hoping that you'll come back again sometime soon so we can continue to talk about health insurance and what else you've got going on. So I appreciate you coming on by, and we look forward to seeing you again.
Okay, thanks for having me.
Our pleasure. All right, folks, that was Dana Oliva with Alliance Insure Group. We are happy to have him. We're going to go into a commercial break, but we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
COVID-19 transformed the way we do business. Now more than ever, fast lead generation and customer retention will determine if a business survives or not. The NowMedia Video Business Card is designed to be sent using your smartphone. It's the next generation business card that will open the door for you while keeping social distancing. The NowMedia Video Business Card is affordable for anyone from startups to multinational companies and is already being used by hundreds of businesses. Stay open, stay in business. Call us today.
Now, more than ever, having accurate and up-to-date bookkeeping is crucial for tax and operating cost optimization. Additionally, having a reliable outside bookkeeping company ensures your books are done correctly, and there is no need for the cost of a full-time accountant. RSM Bookkeeping and Tax Services, founded by veteran Ron Maldonado, can provide different bookkeeping packages to fit your company's needs. Assist with the installation of onboarding of QuickBooks, review your books for tax preparation, assist with the creation and registration of your company and obtaining your company's EIN number with the IRS. Tax services for individuals and businesses, for sales and use tax certificates, filing franchise and sales tax reports. Take a decisive step. Call Ron Maldonado at 281-610-7039 and let RSM Bookkeeping and Tax Services be a part of your success.
Hi, I'm Karina Rodriguez, President of Xfinia Financial Services. Let me ask you a few questions. How prepared are you to reach your financial goals? To pay for your kids' education, to buy a house or start a business? Do you know how much money you will need for retirement? Do you have a plan that will allow you to live peacefully after retirement and later in life? Are you prepared to face unexpected situations, such as a chronic illness, an accident, or an untimely death? How will your family be protected? At Xfinia Financial Services, our mission is to help you answer these questions and to design a financial plan that covers all the areas that are relevant to your family or your business. Most importantly, a plan that gives you peace. Some of our services include a detailed assessment of your current financial situation, creating a plan for establishing an emergency fund and protection, debt management, tax optimization, as well as estate planning. Some of our financial strategies protect your capital against drops in the financial markets while benefiting when the market rises. We offer these services at no cost to you. Take control of your financial well-being. Contact us and we will be happy to assist you whether you live in the US or abroad, regardless of your migratory status. Let us be part of your financial success and stability.
Hey folks, we are back. Thank you for staying tuned in. Thank you for being here, continuing to be here. I know that you're not here to see me, but you're here to hear from our guest. And we are extremely excited that our next guest is from one of our larger chapters in the city of Houston. And so we're really excited to have Miss Marilyn Sander on the show. Welcome to the show, Marilyn.
Thank you, Rick. It's great to be here.
It's awesome to have you here. I think your chapter is, like I said, one of the largest chapters, and so you guys are doing some amazing things there. But we'll talk about your chapter here in a little while. Okay. Right now, it's all about you and about your business, your products, your services, because we want to give all of our members, you know, that exposure to local, national, and international exposure. So right now, it's all about your business. So imagine that you're in your chapter meeting and you're doing your 45, 60-second commercial. This is going to be a little bit more of an extended version because we have a little bit more time, right? So our viewers and listeners are through that lens right there. So feel free to give us your commercial. Like I said, a little bit more of an extended version.
Thank you, Rick. I'm Marilyn Sander, and my company is ProAction Careers. I have a direct hire employment agency, and I've had this agency 22 years, and in March will be 23.
Oh, wow.
So we're proud of that. It is my own firm. I have several partners that I work with, and we do direct hire employment. So that means that we work with our employers, and we find the employees that they are needing for their open job requirements. So we work in sales, we work in management, IT, engineering, and medical. So that's many different areas, many different industries. So that keeps the job really interesting.
Yeah.
And the day-to-day is always new. We specialize in those areas because we are interested in assisting businesses in really finding the quality and right people that they need.
You know, one of the greatest things about this show is that I get to learn so much from every single member that comes onto the show, because obviously there's no way that I know everything, right? Even though sometimes I think that I do, but there's just no way. But you said something that I don't know exactly what it means, so I'm going to ask you what it means so you can enlighten me. And maybe, you know, I always say that there is no dumb question, and if there is the one that we don't ask. So
That's right.
I'm going to ask every single question that I can think of. So you said direct hire. What does that mean? What does direct hire mean?
That means that the person is working for their particular employer and they are a W-2 employee, or they could be a W-2 contractor.
Okay. So that means that they, rather than going through you, or they go through you to get to their employer, right?
That's correct.
Okay. So wonderful. So you've been in business for 23 years.
Mm-hmm.
How in the world did you get into this business?
Well, it's an interesting story because moved to Houston because I was working in the energy industry.
Okay.
And of course was laid off. So wanted a new career, and one of the people that I had originally met in the oil and gas industry was a recruiter. And she approached me. She was doing recruiting in Dallas. Mm-hmm. And so we put a business together, and I was handling and starting the Houston office, and she was handling and starting the Dallas office. And it was just
it was meant
the
to
right
be.
time and a good thing to do.
Yeah. Sometimes when it's the right time and it's the right thing to do, it was just meant to be, right?
That's right.
And for you to be doing it now 23 years, I imagine that you have to love what you do, right?
I do. I
get to
really
help
enjoy
people.
working with people, and I enjoy working with the employers.
Yeah.
And to get the right thing for them is a lot of satisfaction.
Yeah. So it's kind of Similar to conversation that we were having with Dana, he started his business, because he just, wanted to help people first and foremost, right? And so you're doing the exact same thing. So I appreciate, both of you doing that, because we are all about helping people, right? First and foremost. As I mentioned earlier, we're going to make some money along the way, but it's all about helping people first and foremost. So in regards to your business, you've been in business 23 years. What is a great and or ideal referral for you?
An ideal referral for me is obviously a medium-sized business that's looking to hire a number of employees.
Okay.
We work very closely with those businesses, learn how they want things done, learn their culture, all about what their needs are, and then we can find a team for them.
Yeah. So in regards to that team that you can find for them, I imagine that you guys have a book of people that are looking for employment, ready to go. They're just basically a phone call away, right? Or is that something that you guys process too in finding the people, or do you have the list of contacts?
Most of the time it is a process because everyone's needs are different and unique. And so, yes, we have to start each and every search.
Okay.
Sometimes we might have someone in our database, or a partner might have someone in a database, but there's also the time period where the client really wants you to do a thorough search for them.
Yeah. So by doing a thorough search, you're able to find the ideal candidate for that particular, employment that the employer is looking for, right?
Right.
So let's talk about benefits. So do you cover the benefits for everyone that you place in employment, and or is that something that's covered by the employer?
That is something totally covered by the employer.
Okay. So there are some companies out there that do the opposite, and so that's why one of the reasons why I wanted to ask that. So your medium to larger size is your ideal referral partner. I mean, not your partner, your ideal referral. But let's say you have an individual who is just a sole proprietor, just, a one-person shop, let's say a one-man shop or something like that, one-woman shop, and is just looking for one individual, not an entire team. Is that something you can help them with?
Absolutely. We would love to work with small business as well, and I've done several of those.
Okay.
Getting the first employee for a new business that's starting, and it's
So
fun to do. And I would like to also say that other ideal referrals are candidates looking for new jobs.
Yeah. So let's say, for example, you have a manufacturing company, let's say in this case, let's say a printing company, that needs, someone to come in and help with the day-to-day, office operation, Is that something that you guys provide? Do you guys look for people that have those qualities? You guys get the resumes? You guys go through the process of processing every candidate that's looking for employment, right?
Yes, we do.
Awesome. So in regards to your business, you say you've been around 23 years. Aside from career opportunities, why should a business look at your business to hire employees? What sets you apart from all of the other companies?
We really strive to find the best candidates for our clients.
Customer service.
And I think everyone does that, but it's the relationship. It happens to be the fact that we give you priority, and that eventually and as soon as possible, really, we will find the best people for your business.
I think it all comes down, I think what you described as customer service.
I think so,
Right?
yes.
It all boils down to that, because one of the things I always like to say is that there's hundreds, if not thousands, of people in the world that do what we do professionally.
Right.
Right. So what sets us apart? Yes, we're going to provide quality employees for those employers, but it's the level of service as well that we provide to our clients. Right.
Right.
If one of my biggest pet peeves is now that with technology, we have emails and everything right in our pockets with us. So not returning a phone call or an email in a timely fashion is probably, there's no excuse. There's no excuse to not return it, because if we don't answer that phone call or we don't return that email in a timely fashion, then what are our clients going to do? Move on to the next, right?
Move on.
So I think customer service is number one key, first and foremost. People do business because of you. They want to continue to do business because of you, the relationship that you have with them. You build those relationships, and the way that you take care not only of your contact that's contracting you, but you're taking care of their business, right?
Absolutely.
So one last question before I ask you about your chapter.
Okay.
What has been the best referral you have ever given?
Well, I wish you would have asked me that about 5 minutes ago. I think that in a sense it was working for a small business in my chapter and really working with that particular business and finding them the right first employee.
Awesome.
So that was part of a referral process, but
Yeah.
it was also part of my business working with their business.
Yeah, absolutely. So one of those reasons why we ask those questions is because we want to get to know a little bit more about you as far as how to provide you with referrals, right? One of those questions would be, what's the best referral you have ever given? How have you helped somebody else? And the other question would be, what is the best referral you have ever received, right? So, and then the third question would be, what is the best thing about what you do for a living? Why you are passionate about helping people and you're passionate about your business, right?
Right.
But the question is why? Why are you so passionate about it?
The reason I'm really passionate about it is because originally I was laid off and I was in those shoes. And it was a very difficult time.
Yeah.
And it was very difficult to make contacts. And so ProAction Careers is also a great encourager of our candidates. And we assist them as best we can, and we also share their resumes or share ideas with them. And just did that this morning with a candidate. And he was so appreciative and thankful of that. And we'll be looking for a job for that person. And he'll be probably acting on some of the things we talked about.
Yeah, I think it's something really important. We need to let people know why we're passionate about, why we do what we do, right? Because it gives them a little bit more of a connection, to be able to do business with us, because we're sharing why we're passionate about why, the things, how we do things and why we do what we do, right? So let's go into your chapter. You have an amazing chapter, and something happens every time I ask people to talk about their chapter. I don't know what it is, but they get this big old smile on their face. Everybody loves their chapter, right? Why not? So tell me about your chapter. What are you guys doing over there? I mean, I know that you guys are one of the larger chapters in the city of Houston. I know that you guys have a tremendous amount of amazing members doing some great things. Some of them that have been here on the show, actually. And so you guys meet what day, what time?
We meet Wednesday mornings at 7:30 on Zoom. Yes, we're a large chapter. Presently, we have 48 members, and we're always continuing to grow. We love to have visitors. We have a great deal of energy. We have a great executive board, and our Zoom meetings, we get compliments on them all the time. They're very organized. They move along. Everyone is able to share their information, and we do welcome visitors, and we do have a visitors chat from 7:15 to 7:30 in the morning, and I think everyone feels like they've been welcomed and part of the group.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the reasons why you guys continue to grow, because you make the visitors feel very welcome, and you make them feel at home. As a matter of fact, you have members that have been with that chapter for many years now, right? So Cypress, give me your chapter name one more time.
Cy-Fair Business Partners.
Cy-Fair Business Partners. There are several chapters in the Cy-Fair and Cypress area, so get them all confused. But, I know about that chapter because you guys actually, early 2020, in the Big Breakfast event, you guys won the big Best of the Best.
We did.
And so you guys showed up strong with all of your members. You actually invited many visitors to that event, and no doubt your booth was decorated like nobody else's business, and so you guys did an amazing job, so congratulations on that.
Thank you.
And so we have our regional website on right now to where we're showcasing Cy-Fair Business Partners, 49 members already, and this is one great way to get an invitation to your chapter, right? Going to your regional website, which is bnihouston.com. Look for the chapter directory, Cy-Fair Business Partners, click on that name, and then what you see on the screen right now on the right-hand side, there is a button that says visit this chapter or visit us, click on there, and that gets your registration process to be able to join the chapter. And either Marilyn and or your leadership team will reach out to all those visitors and provide them with the Zoom link. So what are the chairs that you think are needed at Sci-Fair chapter?
The chairs?
Yeah. What are the most popular chairs that you guys are looking to fill?
Well, we're looking to fill
You
things
guys-
like we don't have a plumber. We need that. We need someone who is an event planner. We could certainly use more salespeople in any area. We could use the only doctor we have is an eye doctor. We have plenty of room for other types of physicians.
What about a chiropractor? Do you guys have a chiropractor in your chapter?
Not at the moment.
No? I always say that chiropractors, are needed now more than ever, right?
Yes, they are.
And they are actually, the ones that are in BNI chapters are actually doing really well. And here's the reason why. We all sit in these chairs now more than ever, right?
Yes, we do.
We're doing Zoom calls and other, platforms to do video conferencing now more than ever. So we could use an alignment or an adjustment, right? And so imagine your 49 members in your chapter all referring themselves to that chiropractor. What would that do to that chiropractor's business, right? And then they're going to love him or her so much that you're going to open up your network, your family and friends and colleagues, and send them all to this chiropractor. So that chiropractor can do some really great things in BNI by just choosing to visit your chapter,
Right.
and applying for that chair, because it is an amazing opportunity right now. I'm telling you, most of us are sitting now more than ever behind a desk, doing business from home or your home office. So it is one of the chairs that I think it is not having as much, we're not shedding light so much on that particular industry, that profession, which we should.
We should.
Because we want to help those professionals, those chiropractors, massage therapists as well, sports medicine, massage and things like that. So health and wellness is doing really well. That contact sphere of health and wellness is doing really well. So if you think about, you guys have someone that does your essential oils in your chapter, someone that sells essential oils?
We do not.
Well, then there you go.
There's another open chair.
There's another open chair for essential oils, and here's the reason why. Do we not spend more time at home now more than ever?
We do.
Essential oils with your diffusers, you can actually get rid of, tons of odors and things like that. So essential oils representatives, sales professionals are doing really great in BNI as well. We have all kinds of chairs available in many different BNI chapters, and or if you happen to go and visit chapters where your chair is filled and you cannot find an open chair, that's where I come in and my team of launch directors, to where we help tons of individuals launch new chapters, and they can secure those chairs and block the competition from coming in and taking their chair. So Marilyn, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you here today. Thank you for coming on to the show. Thank you for registering. Thank you for chatting with Nancy, and getting you on the show. So it's been an amazing ride. When you get back to your chapter meeting, you got to tell them about the show. Tell them that we had fun.
I certainly will.
And tell them to register. Tell them to register and come on to the show. I know that Jen Gaudet and Miss Mary has already been here, but we want to get everybody in here so we can get them some additional exposure. So thank you so much for being here. But right before we go, why don't you tell our audience, how can we get a hold of you? Give us your website, your contact information, so that our viewers know exactly how to contact you.
Thank you, Rick. My website is ProAction Careers, www.e-proact.com. And you may email me at marilyn@e-proact.com.
Awesome. And you give us your phone number?
713-320-8910. You're welcome to call or text.
Awesome. There you go, folks. Let's contact Ms. Mary Sanders to get all of your positions filled in your companies and your business with some high-quality employees. This is BNI Now. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with our next guest.
Thank you. All right. Thank you.
Awesome. You're very welcome.
Do you want to experience the ease and convenience of the latest and most advanced home security system? Are you going away on vacation and want to have peace of mind while you're not at your home or at your office? According to the FBI, a robbery occurs every 13 seconds, and homes and businesses without a security system are 300% more likely to be burglarized. Hawk Security provides security solutions to residential and small businesses in the state of Texas and from California to Georgia, building a custom-tailored security setup that matches your needs. Whether it is home security, fire and carbon monoxide detection, flood detection, connected senior care, managed video surveillance solutions, alarm monitoring, and life safety. In addition to fire and carbon monoxide detection, Hawk Security has a smart home and business integration, expanding security services to a lifestyle solution, keeping customers connected to their home and businesses from anywhere in the world, from their tablet or mobile device, so you can have peace of mind even if you're not at home or in your office. Reduce your energy cost, scheduling automatic changes in thermostats or lighting. And because we rely on our heroes every single day, Hawk Security offers security services discounts to military personnel, veterans, first responders, educators, and hospital personnel. Our mission is to keep our clients safe, treat them like family, and provide them with a user-friendly security system with personalized customer service 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For integrity, honesty, passion, and excellent customer service, take a strong step today toward getting protected and call Rosanna Torres at 832-863-8574, because every home and business is unique and every security system should be unique too.
COVID-19 transformed the way we do business. Now more than ever, fast lead generation and customer retention will determine if a business survives or not. The NowMedia video business card is designed to be sent using your smartphone. It's the next generation business card that will open the door for you while keeping social distancing. The NowMedia video business card is affordable for anyone from startups to multinational companies and is already being used by hundreds of businesses. Stay open, stay in business. Call us today.
All right, folks, welcome back. My name is Rick Gutierrez. This is BNI Now, and we just had Ms. Marilyn Sanders. She did an amazing job and told us all about her company and her products and services. We now have a new member of BNI that joined maybe about a year ago or so, and couldn't be happier to have him here because he wants to talk about his business and what he's able to do for many people and help people. So I want to welcome Derek Tice to the show. Welcome. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, it's great to have you. Thank you for registering to be on the show. It's an amazing time right now because we do this to help all of our members. We want to bring additional exposure to our members. When we started this show, we actually started doing the first show June of last year, but it all started right around when COVID started, just to figuring out how we can bring additional benefits to all of our members. And we decided and we landed here. What I did not know is that I was going to be sitting in this chair doing this, and all thanks to Mr. Juan Guevara, owner of NowMedia. He says, well, you're going to do the show. You're going to be the host. And I'm like, what? No. But anyways, I am here, and I'm doing the show, and I'm having a lot of fun doing it, and I get to learn a lot about all of our members. And so this is your time to shine, Derek. This is your time to tell us, imagine your chapter commercial when you do your commercial, but a little bit more of an extended time, because we've got a little bit more time. Our viewers right through that lens right there. So tell us all about your business.
Sure, I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys having me. My name is Derek Tice. I'm with Tice Health and Life Insurance. I focus mainly on the individuals, the small businesses, the self-employed, basically anyone who doesn't get health insurance through a job. But I really find myself as more of an educator than anything. Obviously, I'm your personal agent. I'm a sales guy, but I'm not really. I don't try to be that person.
Right.
Like I said, I really focus more on educating people. There's so much terminology. There's so much turmoil in the world of health insurance nowadays. It's very confusing.
I think for many of us, you just say the words health insurance and you lose us.
Right.
Then you go into all the terminology and it just kind of goes off.
Yeah, I can kind of nerd out on that stuff.
Yeah. So you would totally lose me because that's not my realm. But I know the reason why you do what you do. You are helping people.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
And that's the first and foremost thing, that the reasons why we do what we do, right? We want to be able to reach as many people as possible and be able to help as many people as possible. So you mentioned a little while ago while we were off air that you just kind of do brand yourself a little bit different. So tell me about that. How do you do that?
Well, a lot of times people in our industry get pigeonholed into a certain company or a certain plan or a certain product line. I don't do that. I can kind of look at everything in the market, show you everything, let you make the decision, just help inform you on all your options.
Okay.
Now, do I have opinions on things? Yeah, I do. But honestly, when it comes down to it, it's your plan, it's your choice.
Yeah.
Right. There's obviously certain things that I like a well-rounded plan to have, life insurance included, critical illness coverage included. But again, that's your decision at the end of the day.
I think in your role, you're probably is more about listening to your clients, right?
Exactly.
Being able to listen to someone is totally different than just, being there.
Right.
So one of the things that I've always said is that there's a very big difference between knowing that someone is hearing you, listening to you, but feeling that someone is listening to you is a totally different feel. You make a connection when you feel that someone is listening to you. So I would imagine that you are in the realm of listening to your clients for what they are needing and having that conversation with them to make them feel that you are here for them.
Correct.
Right?
I mean, there's no cookie cutter plan, right? Everything's customizable, but a lot of people don't know that. They just see what's on the internet and they think that's what they have to have. Most people think you can only purchase health insurance from November 1st to December 15th. It's not true. You can purchase well-rounded major medical plans year-round.
Oh, wow.
So
you just taught me something because I thought it was all about open enrollment and, all that good stuff.
right, open enrollment, that's the national open enrollment for Obamacare, the ACA, whatever you want to call it today. It's all the same stuff.
Right.
And so that's what people think. But it's absolutely not true. You can purchase plans year-round.
Yeah.
Now, there are different options. There's different types of plans, but you can get a full-fledged health insurance plan year-round.
Oh, wow. Okay. So you just taught me something. And in regards to your business, you're looking for, you mentioned individuals and small to medium businesses, right?
Right.
There are so many individuals out there. I want to focus on individuals because I think it's something, this past year is just something that it's been a challenge for many, right?
Right.
And a lot of us with, medical history, health history, having to be laid off from work.
Right.
Losing your benefits, and things like that could be devastating to not only to the family, but you. I mean, you go through so many things, and having to lose your health coverage can be devastating and adding added stress, right? So how do you help those individuals?
So people who are laid off, they have their COBRA option. That sometimes can be just astronomically expensive. So we look at their options. I mean, there's private options. They can purchase Obamacare after being laid off from their job. If that's the best place for them, then that's where they need to be. Right. Obamacare is based on your finances. How much money do you make? That's the number one question.
Right.
So if it's someone who's been laid off and things aren't looking good, then that might be the best spot for them, right? Or there are some private options that are, I don't want to say worse plans, but less expensive, and maybe they don't cover every single thing, right? But there's places for those people that have some type of pre-existing condition.
Yeah. One of the key features that I think it's important to know is that when we go online to purchase medical insurance, or it could be some business cards, when you go online and purchase some business cards, what happens when you get that product, in the mail and you don't like it? What do you have to do?
Well, then you got to call the company.
You have to call the company.
And then you got to wait, 3 hours on hold.
Exactly. You
to find somebody who doesn't know what
if
they're
you're
talking
lucky,
about.
or you get an if you get an automated service,
Right.
that is going to make you dial all kinds of numbers on your phone. But by that time, you're frustrated.
Right, exactly.
You want to let it go. You don't want to deal with it anymore. But it is so different by having someone by your side that is actually listening to you.
Right. Yeah. I'm my client's advocate.
Yeah.
Whether it's a claim, whether it's finding a doctor that's a network, or dealing with a hospital bill, I go to bat for my clients.
Yeah.
So that's what I always tell my clients when I do my presentations is, you know, unfortunately, I come with the plan. You're going to have to keep me around.
Yeah. So it's nice to have someone by your side that you're just a phone call away. Right. And there is no automated service. There is, you're going to call Derek Tice that knows all about insurance, health insurance, and they're going to answer all of your questions by just making one phone call.
Yep.
And
call me, and if for some reason I don't know, we'll find out together.
Yeah, absolutely. So tell me a little bit about your ideal referral. I know that you mentioned individuals and or small to medium businesses, but when we are in BNI, we try to be as specific as possible, right?
Correct.
So being specific is terrific. So give me some ideas, or give our viewers some ideas as to who are those small to medium businesses that you're looking for?
So entrepreneurs in general, right? But I would say, most people think, well, I have insurance through my wife's company. Okay, well, what does that cost?
Yeah.
Is it $500 a month for a 20-year-old, male? Well, that's $300 too much.
Right.
People don't understand that they just think I got insurance through my wife's work or my husband's job, and I'm self-employed. I own a moving company or whatever. That's all you need, when there's more options out there. So as far as specific referrals, right now I'm really focusing on commercial realtors, introductions with commercial realtors, people who run commercial buildings like the one we're sitting in now, or strip centers. My goal last year was to get out and meet more small business owners, and then our little friend COVID came around, and that kind of made it impossible.
Right.
So this is how I foresee bridging that gap.
Gotcha.
Meeting those intermediaries that can introduce me to these small business owners as they sign their new leases, or whatever happens at the business park or the business or the building itself.
Yeah, so it all boils down and goes back to building those relationships.
Exactly.
So one of the things I wanted to ask you is in regards to health insurance. A lot of people, we talked about COBRA a little bit, is one of those things to where people don't know that there are better options.
Right, exactly.
So how do we get or continue to get the word out that there are better options? So you go to BNI, you go to your BNI meetings, and you do your commercial, you do your one-to-ones and all that great stuff. Your referral partners that are your BNI members, who are they? Who should they be looking for you? I know that you mentioned, commercial realtors and whatnot, but as far as now in an individual standpoint, you want individuals that are laid off, that are currently have employers. You also mentioned, your wife's, you're in your wife's plan, right? And how much does that cost? I think one of the things that we need to actually talk about is that if we're not open for everything being reevaluated,
right,
every once in a while.
Right, it's just like an auto policy. You got to look at that once a year too, right?
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
And you have to take a look at, other options out there. And so if we're not open to evaluating everything, we cannot grow.
Right, and it's kind of back to what you said earlier, right? I said the word health insurance, and you went, oh, God, I don't want to talk about that. Right, so it's kind of, you got to break that barrier, right? It's an uneasy conversation sometimes, and people sometimes don't want to have it, but you got to break through that barrier. All the people in my chapter, we're a very tight chapter. We know what each other does. We're constantly promoting each other. And a lot of times we will focus on one member a week, right? Like, hey, this week we want to help our commercial insurance chair. And so we kind of do that, but just in general, I know, be specific as possible, right? So if I was going to be as specific as I could, 18 to 64 and a half, male or female.
A human. That's specific enough.
Right.
No, but that's good, man. You mentioned your chapter a minute ago, and so I know that everybody gets a big old smile on their face when I tell them to talk about their chapter. So tell me about your chapter. I mean, what chapter do you belong to?
Yes, I'm in BNI Unlimited. We're in the Woodlands area, obviously on Zoom right now.
Right.
When I joined the chapter, like I told you, right before COVID, there was 23 members, and we took a big dip. I want to say we were down to like 12 or 13. And then, as the year went along, we changed, in October we changed leadership, and we were at 21, I think, last week. Now we've unfortunately lost one, so we're right at 20 right now.
Okay.
But our chapter's very, I don't want to say picky, but we're picky. We don't just take anybody.
Well, you have to be. I mean, we're looking for high quality professionals, right, that are going to bring those high quality referrals, right. So, and when we're launching chapters, it's no different. We've got to go through the application process for every single member, and sometimes, we just have to decline a few applications just because they don't meet the criteria, because we're looking for those high quality professionals, right, that are going to come into BNI, and not only come in to join BNI, but we want them to come in and be BNI, and dive in, become one with your chapter members to help each other grow. Right,
exactly.
And so that doesn't surprise me that your chapter does that, and I'll tell you why. You have Mr. Michael Parker in your chapter, don't you?
Yes, I do.
All right, so he's a good friend of mine. So you also had Ms. Becky Ford in your chapter at one point, right?
She was my mentor coordinator.
Yeah. So they're both amazing, and I think they're both actually, Michael Parker is the support director, and Ms. Becky Ford is an area director. Right. So they're doing some amazing things.
We have some big personalities in our group.
you think? BNI Unlimited, I know I've yet to visit your chapter, but I've heard nothing but great, amazing things, because I hang out with Becky Ford and Mr. Michael Parker quite a bit. And so
we're very high energy. When I was searching for chapters, I went all around, like everybody else.
Right.
We aren't the buttoned up old BNI must do this, and this. We have a little fun, especially now that we're on Zoom. We get on 30 minutes ahead of time. We have a dance party. We have a good time. Well, if you're going to do it, you got to do it, and you might as well have fun doing it, right?
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. You don't have to just have your 90-minute, meeting, from start to finish. It can become fun, and that's when you build those relationships.
Exactly.
Right. And by showing up to those, before meeting, the open networking and all that great stuff. So, BNI Unlimited meets what day and what time?
Wednesdays at 11:30.
Okay, so you guys are a lunch chapter.
Yep, we're a lunch chapter.
Okay, and to get an invitation to your chapter meeting, how would we do that?
Obviously through the BNI Houston website. You can contact me directly, or obviously anyone on the chapter roster.
Okay.
But we also have a Facebook page.
Okay.
So BNI Unlimited on Facebook, you can look us up, and there's links there too.
I've seen that, and you guys are very active on that page as well.
Yeah, we have a good time.
Yeah, you guys definitely have a good time. And so, anything else? Well, in regards to your business, we want to know how to get a hold of you, right?
Sure.
So that's what we're here for.
TiceHealthAndLife.com is my website, or my cell phone number is 936-672-5507. It's a Conroe number, I know. I've had it for years. You know how that goes. Or email is Derek@TysonHealthLife.com.
Okay. Anything else you want to share before we go in regards to your business?
I would just say to anyone out there that's looking at, health insurance, just find an agent. Don't go online. Like you said earlier, when you go online, you know what happens. Your phone's going to ring.
You don't know what you're getting.
Your phone's going to ring 100 times a day from people that don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And they're just there to set an appointment for somebody who does.
And 9 times out of 10, if you're online, you will always end up calling that number anyways.
Exactly.
Hoping to talk to someone that knows what they're talking about.
Right, exactly.
And hoping that they're listening to you to get you the right thing.
Right. As a consumer, you have to express your needs to your agent. Like, this is what I need. This is what I can afford. Obamacare has its pluses and minuses, and I'll just kind of end on this. If you're low income, you get a subsidy, that's great.
Right.
But the deductible is $8,500. So if you're under the poverty line, can you afford $8,500? No.
Yeah.
So, you got to be smart about health insurance is to protect your assets. That's what it's for.
Yeah.
That's it. Just like any other insurance.
Yeah.
So if you gotta understand that going in.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, listen, I want to thank you so much for being on the show. Thank you for